Baltimore police are asking for help to find Harlei and Kennedy Haines. The little girls have been missing more than 2 weeks. Their mother, Khaliyah Hanna, was just arrested on Tuesday. Baltimore police had been looking for all three since Sunday, September 20th. These court documents show weeks earlier, at the beginning of September, the little girl's father was granted custody of them and a protective order against Hanna. In August, the father said Hanna called Child Protective Services on herself, saying she was bipolar and feared she would harm her daughters, Harlei and Kennedy. Documents say she even attempted to call an adoption agency to take them. The father says she also threatened to kill him unless he gave her money. He has 2 boys and 3 girls and said Hanna threatened to kill his sons by lighting their house on fire. Court documents show in February, Hanna was charged with abducting the father's 3rd daughter, pretending to be her mother and taking the child out of school without permission. Her trial for that is set for next year. Police arrested Hanna this week for an outstanding warrant, but have not gone into further details. According to the court documents, Hanna was not to have contact with the father or his 2 sons. He was granted custody of Harlei and Kennedy with visitation to be coordinated through Child Protective Services. The protective order against Hanna is effective through September 2021.
Yeah, good morning, Megan. Certainly a sad situation to be in. Well, late last night, we got the opportunity to speak with the 2 little girls' father. His name is Marcus Haines, and as you can imagine, he is saddened by all of this. He is fearful that his daughters are in danger, and he just wants them to be brought to safety. Now, according to police here, the 2 have been missing since about 2 weeks ago, and still no sign of where they could be. Fox 45 has obtained these court documents showing that their father was granted custody of them and a protective order against their mother, Khaliyah Hanna, who is currently in police custody. Well, in August, the father told police Hanna called Child Protective Services on herself, saying she was bipolar and feared she would harm her daughters, Harlei and Kennedy. Documents also show us that she even attempted to call an adoption agency to take them. The father says she also threatened to kill him unless he gave her money. Well, this morning, again, still no sign of where his little ones are.
Do you in your heart believe that your girls are at least okay and safe, or?
Right now, I'm just praying for the best. The person called me from a block number. They said they were going to drop them off. They never did. They never called back. Someone knows something. Why they hiding the girls, I don't know. It's not worth it. Just bring them back home. That's all I ask.
Well, we asked police for an interview about the search for the children, and at this hour, we haven't heard back. They are asking anyone who knows where the girls are to call 911 or Metro Crime Stoppers. Of course, we will keep you updated on how the search goes.
Police are calling it strategic. Groups of teens caught on camera colluding together to violently rob victims across our city.
It fits a pattern that you see frequently.
Investigators say they've seen an uptick of robberies and carjackings over the past week, a public safety crisis forcing them to release this alert today, detailing the ways juveniles are targeting their victims.
Young people steal or carjack a vehicle and then go on a crime spree.
Jason Johnson is a former Baltimore Police Deputy Commissioner and says many of these teens work in small groups. One method they use is to ram a victim's car, then attack them once they get out to assess the damage, taking everything from their phone to the car itself.
It helps them evade detection from law enforcement because they're always moving around in different vehicles.
While police say they've seen this happen all over the city, the area around Patterson Park seems to be impacted the most.
Carjacking, armed robbery, a string of burglaries, and these are all victims. These are all real people in my neighborhood that are getting harmed.
Harm, experts believe, is being inflicted by juveniles who continue to commit the same crimes over and over again.
More than anything, it's a reminder of the fact that our system of juvenile justice is not set up to deal with young people, juveniles, but who are engaged in very adult crimes, violent crimes where they're putting a gun in someone's face.
Corner stores have become a place where people hang out, but when that hanging out turns into loitering and that's not enforced, experts say that welcomes crime.
West Baltimore, a man is shot and killed inside this City Mart.
It's bad all the way around for everybody.
Neighbors shaken, but not immune to the violence often happening in or outside corner stores. Just last summer and in East Baltimore, a mother and her 15-year-old son were shot outside a corner store where they went to get some food. Her son killed. Months before that tragedy, a mother and her baby were shot near a corner store in South Baltimore.
Of course, stricken with grief, and overwhelmed with negative emotion because her baby was shot.
These corner stores viewed by some as a necessary evil.
If you want to conveniently buy something, it's right there in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, it's overpriced, and unfortunately, you have to navigate through danger.
And in some cases, even the clerks who work at these corner stores have become victims of this violence. Just days before last Christmas, a deli owner and mother killed in Southeast Baltimore.
That guy, whoever it was, he came in, he shot my wife in front of my kids. He couldn't see the kids were right there.
Former Baltimore City Police Commissioner Ed Norris says corner store crime isn't new, but enforcement
now loitering is never enforced anymore because they won't prosecute it.
Has changed.
You have to have the police be the police again and start to enforce minor regulations the way they used to, and prevent people from hanging out in these corner stores. Put guys on foot, put people there, in dispersed crowds on a regular basis. Let them know there is no loitering allowed, and take it seriously for once, because it does breed other kinds of crime. Until you do that, there's nothing that's going to happen except more of the same.
Communities relying on and fearing their community corner store.
And we questioned Baltimore police on what the department does to help increase safety at these corner stores. A spokesperson says they're routinely in contact with owners.